Hello, everyone. My name is Russo. I'm a psychologist in Philadelphia. I'm going to just talk with you about the health effects of Falun Dafa, which are truly amazing. Before the persecution began in 1999, Falun Dafa was practiced by up to 100 million people in China, a huge number. And these people experienced tremendous benefits to their physical health as well as their mental health. And before the persecution, the government spent a lot of money researching the benefits of Falun Dafa. And the studies are really astounding. Most people who started practicing because of health problems. So the studies were looking at respondents who had health problems like liver cancer and lung cancer, breast cancer, genetic conditions, all sorts of very serious illnesses and late-stage cancers. And most of these people, at least 80%, had healed from their conditions. And people would find that their minds were more clear, their moods were improved. And after the persecution started, of course, the government stopped putting money into researching the benefits of Falun Dafa. But other governments and other doctors around the world were looking at the benefits of Falun Dafa and finding very similar results. And so I want to talk to you a little bit about why this is. It's really dramatic. And you know, it's not just simply that they're able to heal from their illnesses. Their physiologies change dramatically in terms of gene expression, which is really about the information in your DNA when it's converted into information that helps make proteins and other molecules. Gene expression becomes very strong, immunity becomes very strong, white blood cell counts, all of these very basic vital components are all strengthened through this practice. And so there are reasons for this, and they're very simple actually. People who practice Falun Dafa focus on their mind first and foremost. It's a cultivation practice. Health benefits are really a side effect. And so what they do is they work to assimilate themselves to truthfulness, compassion, and forbearance. This is considered the characteristic of the universe. And the idea is that when we assimilate to these good principles, we ultimately heal. Our bodies heal, our minds heal. And what happens is through this process, we return to our original true selves. And so we all understand the concept of harmony and peace. We all know when we are in harmony and we're feeling centered and peaceful, we're feeling positive. We're not feeling stirred, angry, jealous, afraid. This is our natural state. And through this natural state, we heal. It's as simple as that. Practitioners look inside. This is a very important component. In my practice, I talk to people a lot about not being a victim. Victims never heal. Victims are always stuck and sick and helpless. Practitioners of Falun Dafa learn to always look inside when something is going wrong in their lives, even when they're watching two people, they could even be strangers, fighting in front of them. They think to themselves, okay, what does this have to do with me? Let me look inside. I see a lot of anger between these two people. Am I experiencing anger? Am I holding on to that? Do I need to let it go? So it's a wonderful cultivation practice in that way. Practitioners really learn to understand themselves. And when they identify what's called attachments, like jealousy and anger and fear, they're then able to let it go. They see it right in front of them. And I use a lot of these principles in my work with my patients. so they can find that peace and they can find that harmony. And I want to teach you a couple of phrases, very simple phrases that you can use that bring you back to your original true self. Takes you back to this characteristic of the universe, truthfulness, compassion, and forbearance. So the first phrase is, Falun Dafa is good. And Falun Dafa actually means the cultivation or the practice of the great law, which is the cultivation or practice of truthfulness, compassion, forbearance. So that's the first phrase, Falun Dafa is good. And then the second phrase is truthfulness, compassion, and forbearance or tolerance is good. Falun Dafa is good, truthfulness, compassion, forbearance is good. And actually, if you go to the table right there with the yellow banner in the front, we have stickers that have these words, and you can take this with you. And when you're feeling that you're being moved from that place of your original self, maybe because you're feeling angry, or you're scared, or you're going through some physical tribulation, maybe you're very sick, you can repeat these phrases and you will find that place of center and peace in your heart. We also have at the table the Chinese characters for these two phrases, so if you want to learn Chinese, you can also pick that up too. And if you want to learn how to pronounce it in Chinese, someone at the table will also help you with that. If you say this in Chinese, it actually carries a lot of power. So I'll just say that now, what it sounds like in Chinese. Falun Dafa Hao, Zhen Shan Ren Hao. And you keep repeating that. See, the Chinese people know what I'm saying, but I'm probably mispronouncing it. So I'm so glad you're here today and you're able to hear the stories of how powerful Falun Dafa is. And now you know how powerful it is for our bodies. And even if you don't practice it, now you know some of the principles, you at least know how you can be a good person. You follow truthfulness, you follow compassion, you're honest in your life. You're able to tolerate things even when they're uncomfortable. That's so important. And you'll be fine. If you practice those principles, you're going to do great. Thanks so much.